Morning, Speaker.
Morning, Speaker.
The date today is the 14th of February. Time is 8:07, and we are about to start our meeting. Before I start my meeting, I want to say happy Valentine to all the lovers. Be happy today. I thought that when we came here, we'll find our chocolates and our everything, our teddy bears waiting for us on this council chamber. But I see that the was containment throughout, Valentine or no Valentine. I have opened the meeting. The attendance register is circulating. Can we please all sign the attendance register? Item number 3 is application for leave of absence. Councillor Mhlana apologized. Councillor Dave Swart is attending online. Councillor Swart, can you hear us? Councillor Dave, are you there?
Yes, Speaker, I can hear you. Thank you. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning. Councillor Seti, can you hear us? Councillor Seti is also joining us
Speaker.
online.
Yes, Speaker. Thank you very much, Speaker. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, Councillor Seti. Councillor Olivier, can you hear us? Councillor Olivier, she's not online yet, but she's also gonna join us online. Item number 4 is declaration of interest. Any councillor would like to declare? Councillors? Councillor Papai?
Mangaba is on the way.
Councillor Mangaba is also on his way. Item number 5, confirmation of minutes. Previous minutes, none. Item number 6, statements and communication by the Executive Mayor and the Speaker. I have none. Executive Mayor? Thank you. Item number 7, presentations, which we have none. Item number 8 is items for information, which we have none. Item number 9 is noting of outstanding council resolutions, none. Item number 10, consideration of reports. Administration, can you please take us through?
Section 1, Office of the Municipal Manager, item C/1/293/02/25, mutual termination of the agreement with RSA Aero, page 8.
Item is 7, Councillor Branch.
Speaker, can you please support me 10 minutes of space because this items came late last night. I didn't have enough time to go through all of it because you sent out the agenda late. Just give me 10 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Councillor Branch. The 10 minutes caucus is granted.
Thank you very much.
Dina wasn't in yesterday.
Let's ask for caucus recently. Data was just for caucus.
See why I know the ask something to help me level.
Councillor Branch, can you please leave to your caucus?
Okay, Councillor Branch.
Councillors, Madam Mayor and Deputy Mayor, please, I've granted the caucus, please.
There was nobody here.
I know.
Sangita.
Thank you, Councillor Olafia.
Morning, Councillor Olafia.
Good morning. Good morning, Speaker. My apologies for this. But I'm in now.
We quickly adjourn the meeting. We will resume in the next year. The speaker,
Just compliance.
speaker, Councillor Olafia is online.
Oh, yes.
Can I request something from the speaker, please? I don't know who's speaking now. I can hear someone in the background.
Yeah, still in focus, Councillor. Have not started yet.
Councillor Olivier?
Speaker, I'm sorry for the late entry into the meeting. I was struggling with the connection. Can you just tell me which item we're dealing with at the moment so that I can be on the same page?
You are not late because we are just starting now. We are on the first item on the
Right.
consideration of reports. Administration, can you please take us through?
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor.
That's right on record.
Interviews.
Okay, the item is 7. Councillor Mangaba?
Thank you, Speaker, and good morning, everyone. Speaker, could I request that you actually grant us at least an hour caucus? Speaker, for starters, the items that are contained here are of intricate nature, and I refuse to take them lightly. It was very much unfortunate that details, or rather the items, were actually received yesterday for a notice that was issued Monday. And in all honesty, I have not applied my mind with these items. I don't think I'm an exception. I think our caucus deserves some time to actually delve into the intricacies of the item. Because as you should know, the item deals with ratepayers' monies and decisions that are actually going to be made henceforth will be binding on all of us. And I refuse to actually engage in such if I'm not allowed time to actually wrap my head around details to the item. So I ask you to actually be patient with me and with the process and allow us this hour caucus.
Speaker,
Councillor Nel?
Speaker, I think it's fair for the councillors to ask for time to caucus, but I think that an hour is unnecessary. It is short items that can be dealt with, in my view, within 20 minutes.
Thank you. Councillor Mangaba? Can I, instead of 30 minutes, I'm granting 15 minutes.
Speaker, ask for an hour. At the very least, give me 30.
Can you please take into consideration that I need to be in George by 10 o'clock? I have a scheduled appointment. So, and the MM did brief us on Friday regarding this item. I'm please asking that, we've all be here on time. I noticed there's 2 councillors that are not here, so I'm not sure what it's all about. But we will brief on Friday, and please take into consideration, I need to be in George.
Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mangaba, I am granting you 15 minutes.
Just to put more emphasis, Speaker. Speaker, we must be very careful when it deals with financial implications. That airport issue is a hot potato. We can't slight. If you remember, the municipal manager said to us while we were here, he will furnish us with info immediately after the meeting or in due course. We didn't get that information, and subsequently to that, we got a notice, very in, that's wonderful. But the information that was entailed in this item, we received it yesterday late. So the fairness is that we can't take a decision because there is a decision that must be taken here, a very serious decision. You see, it's either we do it or we don't, but there will be repercussions, whatever decisions that we are going to take, either on the side of the ratepayers or on the side of the company that was. Please, with fairness, give us so that we can be able also to talk about it. We can't ascertain and if the mayor goes to somewhere else, it's fine. She must go. She must go. That
Thank you, Councillor.
very likely.
Thank you, Councillor Gaba. Your 15 minutes caucus is starting now. At 1:45, we must.
See this
Thank you very much.
Coliseum. It's
Kan dat ons koffie het of dit is water.
Councillors, we are back from the 15 minutes break. Caucus. Councillor Mangaba.
Speaker, thank you for the time provided, even though it was a fraction of what I had asked for. In all honesty, I am still trying to wrap my head around the item.
Councillor Katrina.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Speaker. I'm also asking for 15 minutes, please, because I just need clarity about this whole thing. If it's possible for Caucus.
Thank you, Councillor Katrina. I am granting you 5 minutes break. So it's now 10 to 5 to, we must be back. Thank you.
I was bullish. Bullism. Bullism. It's wrong. School any bullism. Big deal with you. 5 minutes.
Councillors, we are back now from the 5 minutes focus that was granted to all Councillor Katrina de Bruin. Councillor?
Thank you, Speaker. Yeah, the time was a bit. Ek dink jy kan niks doen in 5 minute as 'n tyd, but thank you anyway.
Thank you very much. Councillors, we are proceeding now with the meeting. All the caucuses were granted that were asked. And
Meeting is started again.
And I want to put it on record that this item that is serving today, on Friday, the 7th of February, all the councillors were called into a meeting and they were taken through this item. I would like the administration to take us to the letter so that the councillors can debate.
Speaker, may I approach you? Speaker, based on what you just said, can I approach you? Based on what you just said now, Speaker? Point of order, can I approach you?
Mr. Blanche, I can't hear you.
Can I approach you on a point of order, Speaker?
Okay.
Based on what you see, Speaker, the thing is, you are correctly stated. Well, but the part that never happened was the part that was promised to us. We entered the meeting correctly. We came and listened. We went through the letter, everything. We talked about it nicely. So we were supportive to say this is where we're going. But we were promised to get information so that we can at least from Monday, or let's say Friday afternoon, we would have had like a time because we understand what's about to happen here. We understand it. Hence, we came to the meeting, all councillors, to support. But we never received the information that we have all agreed to. We will receive it and then we can lengthily discuss it to get to this point, but it never happened. Hence, we must just clear that also. Because you correctly said, we did came to the meeting. That's just the part that never happened.
Noted, Councillor. The item is 7. Councillor Nell?
Speaker, I propose that we go with the recommendations. I think they were well considered and I think they're well gone through by the administration, looking at all the aspects. So I propose that we go with that recommendation.
Councillor Mangaba?
Thank you, Speaker. Since I have 5 minutes, I'd rather actually put it to good use. Speaker, just delving into the item. This airport item, or rather, problem has been coming. And in this council, we've been joining heads just to come up with solutions. From the onset, it's been an issue. And it's been an issue that we even spent monies on legal opinion around it. Monies on our engineering team to actually go and actually ascertain how much work must be done and monies that must be spent. I remember at some point we were expected to actually cough out 45 million, which actually went down to 5. There's actually council resolutions where that is concerned. But now it just dawns on me that does the running of that airport affect our service delivery? I get an answer already that it does not. And again, from the legal opinion that we had received, we had learned that there was a difference of names between the bidder and the company that was granted the tender. Automatically on its own, that contract fell flat. But we stood for it because we were hoping that we would actually reap benefits for our communities where that airport is concerned. Now we are expected to come to council and actually again say we are actually in this termination of agreement that I'm happy about, that we must now spend 6 million. And this is 6 million that could easily be actually used for service delivery. So my sentiments still remain. How I felt uncomfortable about just it last week when we actually talking about the airport is the very same feeling I have now that I've actually given myself time to actually go through the intricate parts of the item. I know it will boil down to a vote. That is why I'm using my 5 minutes wisely here, so that I'm able to actually make my point clear. I'm going against the recommendations. And I'm urging councillors in this space that yes, the mutual termination is something that could easily be entered into, but the monies involved could easily be used for service delivery.
Madam Mayor. Councillor Blanche.
Yes, during my time that I had this morning, I took some time also. Speaker, if we go to the letter itself, Plettenberg Bay Airport, further to our previous correspondence in the meeting on 30th of January 2025, for the Bitou municipality, we regret to note that no meaningful progress has been made in resolving the perceived contractual matters. Now, alone there, Speaker, the two parties not reached an agreement. Immediately after that first part, that no meaningful progress has been made in resolving the perceived contractual matters. The contractual matters of which council is not involved in signing, etc. Immediately after that part, the demands come, which brings us to this one. This is 6 million rand we are allowed to say yes to today. And I'm shocked to see that all of a sudden we just run through this thing as if we already made a decision. If you look further down, Speaker, there's an item that's going to come in this council. Why is it that we can't say in this item? Why can't we? Speaker, no. You see what is happening now. I'm on the floor. And already there's talking underneath but respecting me as a council.
Sorry, Councillor Blanche, for that. Can you?
I understand it. If I'm wrong, it's via you. After my 5 minutes, you can correct me. But guys, I understand the respect must also be there, please. Correct me if I'm wrong afterwards, but not while I'm on the floor, please. I am staying to be corrected, but don't do that what you guys have just done now. It's
corrected.
Thank you.
Councillor Blanche, can you please proceed?
Speaker, yes. So I fail to understand that why can't we just also mandate the municipal manager to defend this matter if it goes to the court? Because if you look further down, we're going to speak about defending it. If it goes to court, let's grant the municipal manager the power to go and defend us in court. Whether all of us has failed, whether we were in government, who was in government, to sit here today and say the town is suffering, blah, 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 is suffering. Let us go to court, speak. Let them take us to court. And because here, we have no legal expertise here. We're sitting here in front of us with an item where RSA is asking us to settle with them for 6 million rand. 6 million rand that they've unpacked to say they cost on 1, 2, 3, 4. But Speaker, to take you back, this is why I'm coming to this. On 28 October 2024, we wrote a letter to the English Association saying all is good, all is well in the sign of the agreement. We have signed it. Letters went out to the relevant role players to say we are good. But here comes the part. On the 30th of the 8th month in 2024, Speaker, we've given our support as this council under resolution C1249. We've given our support. It's not that this council has done nothing. But our argument, we've been brought to this point here today, it's because two parties could not agree. We have reached a stalemate. Whether I have caused it, whether this council has caused it, we have reached a stalemate. Which brings me to this point. Who has created that stalemate? Is it council? Is it the administration? And why have we then let it happen from the sign off to this point? And we've brought ourselves to the point of failing to support this company. Because we have unraveled that there's discrepancies of a main bidder and a second bidder. And therefore, this council has approached them during the middle part of last year to say we have uncovered that you have a main bidder and a second bidder. Now through them, we have a stalemate. Because we've reached out to them in a letter. If you go to that letter, you will see 2 parts from the municipal manager at first and 1 from the acting municipal manager, which give them 3 agreements. So in that fashion, they've discovered 1 sign, 2 sign, 3 sign. We have reached a stalemate because of that. So I'm saying, Speaker, I cannot therefore agree that we will give this money. Because even if you look at it, they are predicting certain expenses. They are predicting certain expenses to a large amount of 300,000 rand. Estimated cost, they are saying. But here we're going to say, yes, it's fine, give them the money. Whilst knowingly, there's a way that we can either defend this thing to protect the monies of the ratepayers. Speaker, in lastly, this is the golden handshake. No matter how we're going to see it, I have 2 minutes left, Speaker. I want to leave you with this. Speaker, this is the organization I present. I cannot come here, Speaker, and allow a 6 million rand to be given because this council.
Councillor?
I have 1 minute, Speaker. No, it's not up, Speaker. It's not up. It's not up. Speaker, 2 minutes left. I've not, Speaker. Speaker. No. I have 1 minute, Speaker. I have 1 minute. I have my time here. 2 minutes past, Speaker. I have 1 minute. I have my time here, Speaker. Here's my time, Speaker. At my time, you started at time, Speaker. Now you cannot. Now 8 minutes past. You've passed your 5 minutes with my 1 minute. I'm giving now the next councillor. Madam Mayor. I have 1 minute.
Speaker.
Speaker.
Thank you, Speaker. It's 8 minutes past 9, so my 5 minutes is starting. Speaker, councillors are quite correct. We've had various presentations on this item. I think we are all aware that we've already spent over 2 million on legal opinion, to get a legal opinion from a senior counsel regarding the contractual matters that Councillor Blanche is referring to. That is quite correct. However, I want us to go to page 37. There's a summary of amounts discussed above. The presentation, the amounts that are being presented to council as a settlement proposal to RSA Aero. And it says that the subtotal is 1.851191 million. Then if you look at the bottom, it says estimate revenue forfeited. That is 340,000. And the total amount, if you take the revenue that we forfeit into consideration, it comes to 2.210. So the figure of 6 million is incorrect. I hear the councillors are saying that, we as a council can make a decision to mandate the municipal manager to defend this matter in court. Right. Now, I want council to take into consideration that we've already spent over 2 million on a legal opinion. How much more money we are going to spend by taking a matter to court just because there is a disagreement between the 2 parties? Do we really need to settle this? We need to take into consideration the time and the effort that was spent into this. Councillors, in front of you is a list of expenditures that were submitted. For instance, let me go to consultancy fees. It says that be approved with provision, being that all IP, which means intellectual property, documents, studies, etc., be transferred or delivered to the municipality. Repairs and maintenance, staff, travel, accommodation for that period of time, office printing, stationery, there's other things listed there. So there is a summary. If there's anything in this summary that you as councillors disagree with, you are welcome to state your case And we can talk about what we can take out, what we are not happy about. But I think at the end of the day, we need to take into consideration how much time we are going to spend on this issue because of this disagreement, going to court, fighting the matter in court. Do we really want that? 2-point-something million?
It's 1.8.
It's 1.8 million actually. Remember, we budgeted for 5 million as our contribution towards the runway. Administration or the officials didn't even pay that money over because of the contractual difference that there was between the two parties. We've never paid that money over. That money is still in the kitty. So for us to consider to get this matter done and dusted, for us to move forward with our planning, there is the list of what is presented in front of us. Councillor Nyal, you propose, and Speaker, Council, I will second the recommendations.
Speaker,
Thank you.
I raised my hand also.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes, I was going to bring a point of correction that these people are proposing for 6 million. Last week, when we were deliberating on this issue, we guided the things that are possible for us to approve and things that were not possible to approve. Hence, we're saying this matter was deliberated last week, the guidance we had, and looking at page 27, it's exactly deliberated. So I'm concurring what Umeya has suggested. If there's anything that we've been guided here in the recommendations that councillors are not, that they bring it on, then we can talk about. But there's no 6 million, just a point of correction on that. That is requested here. And that we are willing to pay, by the way.
Councillor Papai?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I want to go straight to the letter that is talking about. It's not written by us. It's written by Plettenberg Bay Plettenberg Bay Airport, talking about the stalemate. That either side is not agreeing to each other. Now, the Deputy Mayor is just saying now, these people are proposing 6 million. And the executive mayor is really sure about 1.8 million. Now she's running away from that there is a stalemate in this matter. The issues have not been resolved here. Now we come as council to say, I'll take what the executive mayor is saying, we will pay 1.8 million. You pay 1.8 million, whereas there is a sentence that is saying there's a stalemate. There is no agreement here. We have not agreed with Bitou municipality, the officials that were negotiating. So why are we here? Why am I going to be pushed to agree on recommendations that are not clear? There is a stalemate. Then therefore, it's not complete this. That is why from the onset, I'm saying it again, that when we were here last Friday, we came, we discussed about the matter, and also we advised, because we're part of this, and we saw some challenges that, no, this is wrong, we must take it on. And we said, let's be together. The municipal manager promised us that I will further you with more information. Because to my mind, he was saying to me, you must be taken along because it's the very critical matter, the airport issue. And we went out this council jubilant because really as a councillor, I must be able to be well informed. Yes, the executive mayor might be privileged because she will be given a whole lot of information and rush us here. We are not. So now I'm taking slots in these letters now, paragraphs, but I'm sticking with there is a stalemate between the officials of Bitou municipality that were negotiating with Aero SA. Then therefore, Speaker, let me put it very clear that I am not going to be able to agree to the recommendations that have been put in front of us. Then I will raise my hand. I said Sandy Sokapai is against the recommendations of this item. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. MM?
No, thanks, Speaker. I think let's put things into correctness. Information that I was supposed to provide was that I apologize, that letter was not emailed. So there must be no perception that there is additional information. I was supposed to email that letter so that you will have time in terms of that letter. That is the same letter that I presented on Friday. That's the first thing. Speaker, then the other matter as to who brought the stalemate, I would request you that I take Councillor Branch outside of the meeting via coffee, because this council took a resolution to appoint a senior council. The senior council advised this council. Indirectly, I think I'm answering that question. I see Lovoyo, so I don't want to get into who, otherwise then we have to call names, but this council took a decision. And we are here because of the advice of the senior council that this council took a decision to advise on. That advice was tabled in council. After that advice, this council said, go and try having this legal opinion to negotiate and speak to RSA Aero to try and understand the matter, and have common understanding and resolve the matter. This administration went and did exactly that. The acting municipal manager, Ralph, the acting director that I'm going with, Director of Corporate Services, myself, Felix, tried exactly to do that. Guardian Route Aero are saying they don't agree in terms of the proposal that we're putting to them in terms of correcting what could be technical, legal challenges in those agreements, both the one of February and the one that was signed by Ralph in August, the addendum that was signed. They are not agreeing on those ones. And legal opinion that was presented to us here have put it very clear in terms of the risk for the municipality in terms of those. So we intended to correct that and also give them a service level agreement, which we had meetings, they are not agreeing on that. So that is the stalemate. Now, they are proposing to say, because we cannot find each other, we want to terminate. We want to get out of this so that we don't go to court and go through other processes. We want to go and terminate. You protect your integrity, we protect our integrity. However, when we want to terminate, we want you to refund us on this cost, which total 6 million. And on Friday, I presented all of those costs, and all of those costs are contained in the letter. So those costs have been looked at one by one, all of them. Amongst those costs is the issue of the fuel tanks. In their letter, they are saying that the fuel tanks we must pay for it, but it becomes theirs. Now, in terms of the Municipal Finance Management Act, there's no way we can buy an asset. It's like buying a car, and then we buy a car from a dealer, and then we say to the dealer, then the car, you can keep it. So that is explained to them that we cannot work in that way, because here we're dealing with public funds. So if the tanks were to be ours, that is something different. But in their letter, read it, that they are saying that the tanks must remain with them. So there's no way administratively we can advise council to concede on that. Now, the expenditure that has been put there, which is presented, were discussed on Friday, where council could concede on the total of 1.8 million so that the tender and the process is restarted afresh. We get out of this because it's clear that we're not going to find each other in terms of process. The category 2 license remains, is valid up until next year. We want to go back to category 5, but which is not an issue for now. So this is the situation in front of us. Now, it is not for us as administration. If this council says don't pay what they are requested or portion, go and defend the matter into court. It's easy. Tomorrow morning, myself and Luvuyo go and look at the lawyer that must then go and defend. But also we are preempting because we have not been taken to court. So what we are trying to do in terms of the item and what RSA error trying to do is to say, let's separate amicably. We don't deal with all these agreements that are there, and then arguing that this one is right and not wrong, because you've got your opinion, which you feel strong. We've got our opinion, which is feel strong. Let's not go the court route. It's a long process. It's going to take years. It's going to take time. It's got implication in terms of, at that moment, it means there is nothing in terms of what this council wanted to achieve to have that airport upgraded until that court matter, if it does become to court, is actually resolved. So we've looked at those items. If on those items, you will see they are saying a laptop. We're saying, if you say you've bought a laptop, it's at the airport, we will refund you. You must produce an invoice for us, and you must give the laptop to us. We want to see that the laptop is in good condition. Those are the things that Lovoyo is going to put in an agreement with them. We will send an IT to go and check that laptop is in good condition. Then we take it. So a council resolution here to say resolve of 1.8 does not mean if the laptop is broken, we will pay for the laptop and take it. There's still administrative processes that needs to be looked at and followed in terms of that. The issues of salaries is the staff that is at the airport and everyone that is at the airport. So I thought I must actually put those matters into context, Speaker. So, but the decision is a decision of this council for understanding in terms of where we are. Bitou municipality received a letter from RSA Aero that they are seeking to get out. And if we agree, that they are proposing 6 million, then they will work with us to draft a termination agreement. This council is presented with information to say, not agreeing on the 6 million, but considering the other expenditure, which is at 1.8. That's what is presented in terms of in front of this council to consider. Thanks.
Thank you, MM Ompia.
So the issue of that, the letters talk about the stalemate. The letter talk about the stalemate, but proposes a solution to say pay us 6 million to get out of the stalemate. So the issue of the stalemate is not a stalemate if there's an agreement to settle. So it's in the letter.
The executive mayor is looking. Is counter proposal? There was also a vote against.
Councillors?
6 more, say 6 million, there's 1.8 million. But it is written here that in their terms.
Councillors? Councillor Babayi, I did not grant you time to speak.
6 million. Where is 1.8 coming from?
Babayi.
One that we tabled,
Babayi.
That is why there is a stalemate.
Councillors?
There will be a stalemate. There will be a stalemate.
Please behave. Councillors, there are two proposals. One proposal is going with the recommendation of the municipal manager, and it was seconded, and the other recommendation is proposed that they do not agree with the recommendation of the municipal manager. So now I'm giving you now time, and the others who do not agree with the recommendation, it is their right to go and defend this matter to court. I'm giving you now time because there are two proposals. I'm giving you time now to vote. Those who agree with the recommendation of the municipal manager, can they all please lift up their hands so that the administration can count for us how many?
Speaker, I support the recommendation. Councillor Olivier.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Swartz.
Speaker, my hand has been put up as well on support of the recommendation by the municipal manager.
Thank you very much. And administration, can you please count how many are going with the recommendations? You've captured us?
In favor of the recommendation of the municipal manager is 7 votes.
Thank you very much. Can those who are against of the recommendation, please lift up their hands?
Thank you, Speaker. I record myself, Mr. Kapai. I'm against the recommendations by the municipal manager.
Thank you very much.
Because put my name on record, I'm totally against the recommendations. However, you need to fine tune again the recommendations because it mandates the MM and mandates the corporate director. So I'm not sure which one is which. Either as it may, I'm totally against it.
Right, to inform the other one to talk with them.
Thank you very much. Administration, have you counted how many are against of the recommendations?
I'm against the brain vote against.
Speaker, my hand is up.
Councillor Seti.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I just want to record myself. I, Nokutula Teenage Seti, I am against of the recommendations.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Teplanche.
I, Councillor Terblanche, see there was a stalemate of 6 million rand that the DA has already agreed to give. So therefore, I vote against this.
Thank you very much. Administration. Administration.
Sorry, Speaker, point of correction. Councillor, please repeat what he just said. Please repeat what.
Now you're not the speaker. You can't tell us what to say here. You can't tell us what to say. You can't. I'm talking to you. We can't be told by you. Are you a speaker? Hey, double agent.
You didn't read.
Retractor. Please let us not accuse each other of things that we cannot prove. Please let us not accuse each other of things that we cannot approve.
Accuse me of something.
Please let us not assume.
I don't know why they hate me so much.
Please.
You cannot accuse me.
Administration, can you please give us? Councillor Olivier.
Speaker, I just want to say on record that I object to the statement that Councillor Terblanche made, and I would like him to reflect it.
Thank you very much. That is why I'm saying, please, councillors, let us be careful of what we are saying, because everything that we say here is recorded. So if someone can stand up and say, prove what you are saying, then you can't prove. Then it will be another story.
The DA.
Thank you, Speaker. Let's move.
Thank you. Administration, can you please give us? Councillor Tapai, please don't bring another party now. Here we are in council. We are not talking about DA or AUF or IPM or ANC. We are in council to discuss the matters of this town. No, we are discussing the matters of this town, not as of a certain party. Not of a certain party. No, no one is shy of anything. No one is shy of anything.
Wake up and stand.
Don't stop me. Don't stop me then.
Do not ring that. Administration.
The number of ones recorded against the recommendation is 5. Therefore, the recommendation of the municipal manager carries.
Thank you very much. Moving to the next item. I'm noting you, Councillor Mangaba. Can the administration please take us to the next item?
Section 2, finance, no items of consideration. Section 3, corporate services, item C/3/02/25. Extension of lease property portion 103 between brackets of the farm Brackloof, number 443 in the Bitou municipality. For the rehabilitation of the land and the establishment of an agricultural and solar power generation, page 39.
Thank you very much. The item is serving. Councillor Mangaba, your hand was up.
I was trying to assist council in the previous item.
Oh, no, we've passed the
item. Speaker, please protect me from your cousin.
No, if you are talking about the past, we've passed that. Councillor Nen?
I'm not even debating it.
No, I thought now, I thought your hand was up for this item. Sorry, Councillor Mangabe, it was my mistake. I thought we are speaking about this item. Councillor Nell? Councillor Nell?
Relating to the item now serving, I'd just like to get a point of clarification here. I've looked at the recommendations and the recommendations look healthy and good. The concerns I have, it relates to the environmental legislation that we have to comply to. And I just want to ensure that can we in fact lease a property for let's whatever it's a 30-year term. If we have not yet completed our environmental responsibility, do we not first need the environmental before we can actually lease? Is a question I would like to.
No, thanks.
Amen.
Thanks, Speaker. Director of Assist. So we are already leasing this property. It's under reapplication.
Dating it to a third party.
Now, the issue now is there's a process then for us before we lend it to the third party for that purpose. There's an assessment and report that we have to do. That report will actually come. In order for us to be able to lease it to that third party, we will need a longer term. So we need to first agree on the extension of the current the soil with us. So the assessment of the soil and everything in terms of that and environmental, that we will do is probably not going to cost us 50,000 to get that report. And then we will then come to council and say that we then proceeding in terms of that process to lease it to the third party for that. The issue now is to actually deal with that issue of the extension to 30 years. You want to do that?
Director?
Yes, I think it's, thank you, Speaker. Good morning, Councillor. I think it's a similar situation that you are entering into, trying to do here. If you look at the last item that we are going to deal with, Zala, you can actually give land to a bidder, and then there in the contract you will bring in suspensive conditions. Where now before everything happens, you will see even there they talk about environmental approvals, this approval and this approval. They, in our specification, will be very clear and specific in terms of what they need first to actually get requirements that they must meet before they can start with the project. So all of those things will be entailed in the contract and also in the specifications.
Thank you for that clarification, Speaker. That answers my concerns. For that, I would go with the recommendation.
Councillor Blanche?
Speaker, my hand has been up for some time.
Councillor Swart?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, my concern is we have a site at the moment that's been rehabilitated and is under rehabilitation, and there's certain compliances that we need to comply with that in terms of the closure of the site. I think before we look at going into any negotiations around extending leases, etc., we need to confirm that we are allowed to use that site for something else while we are still in this rehabilitation process. So we may be putting the cart before the horse at the moment. We need to ensure that we would be allowed to use that site for something else. And then we can, if that's allowed, then we can go into lease negotiations. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Swart. Councillor Blanche?
No, I'm covered. I wanted to also ask around the environmental things for Speaker, but Councillor Nell asked it, so I'm quite, because I didn't see anything on this environmental things in that. So, but I'm right, and because I don't want us to make mistakes around these kind of things where the environment is involved. And I'm quite covered now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. DM?
I therefore go with the recommendation seconded.
Thank you very much. Moving to the last item.
Section 4 and 5, there's no items for consideration. Section 6, planning and development, C/6/179/02/24. Unregistered 12916, a portion of Earth 256 Plettenberg Bay, tender award / cancellation demand to perform, page 43.
The item is serving on bill.
Speaker, I go with the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor de Blanche.
Speaker, just for clarity, can I just be taken through part of the recommendations there? With the recommendation now. It would put me at ease. Go to our own recommendations.
47. 47, page 47.
Section 6. This,
Page 47.
yeah. Can the municipal manager just explain to me, man? Because there was a part, where did I miss it now? It says the municipal manager be mandated. Management, that the municipal manager be authorized to defend this matter should the developer proceed with the initiated legal proceedings. Is there danger for this council? Will they go to council? Are we preempting that they will go? Therefore, we have made these recommendations already. Or is there danger or no danger in this?
MM.
Thanks, Director Corporate Services will add the comment that Councillor Blanche is reading is the under the Director Corporate Services comment that he has made there. I was asking you, Speaker, that I spent 3 minutes just to bring context in this item. So, in about 2009, an award is made to an individual. In that award, it included specific conditions, those conditions that there must be environmental management, must be rezoning applications and everything without going into details in 2009. And the person has to pay 750, I think it was 750 for what we take care. We are in 2024. The person has not dealt with the matter, it keeps on coming, being called for the matter. Now, last year, we took a decision in this council to actually inform them that those rights have actually lapsed. That was in August last year, 2024. We then informed the service provider that you have no claim or entitlement to that land because your rights have actually expired. And after we wrote in August to them, they are now writing to the lawyers to say that they demand that we stick to that award of that 10. They have the rights and they will now start to submit what they need to submit and the environmental process and everything. We are in 2024. There's Pluma legislation that has actually kicked in, legislation that was not there at that time, which at that time the environmental was much lesser than now. We then brought this letter to the attention of council. Where we are sitting, we are very confident that this person has no case. If it does take us to court, we will defend them at court. Our position is that we will defend and also ask the court to actually cost the award cost, in terms of the situation. So the person has not even paid the 750 for this piece of land that he wants, he wants to be done. There was never even some follow-ups in terms of him finalizing the matter. So we are confident that we will defend the matter. I'm not gonna be in a position to deal with their legal people, how they are briefed, but I think where I'm sitting is perhaps they don't have all the information in terms of the matter. Okay, so can you give the director to that?
Which land is this?
Director.
Thanks. Not just to clarify, there's no preempting here. We have received a notice in terms of section 63 of institutional of legal proceedings. So this is how you deal with government. You don't first send letters of demand or notice of motions. If we are going to initiate, you first have to notify us. And if we ignore you, then proceed to another step to start suing us if you want to sue us, whatever that you want to do. You don't run to court immediately. So they've already started. This is a legal matter now. Because this notification says that if you don't agree with our demands, you are now going to court. If they just went to court without this notification, the court was going to say you have not complied with legislation because legislation directs you to first notify the government before you can do us. We deal with public funds. So we must be given an opportunity to consider the facts. And if we feel that it's great for us to defend the matter, we then defend the matter. And by this letter, if this letter will just ignore, if this council today says defend the matter, will not respond back to them, then they will know that you are going to defend the matter. But if we are not defending, and then we'll engage them and to say, let's try to settle this matter. You see, so we are not preempting. There's already legal proceedings that have been initiated through this notice. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor de Blanche.
Yes, it covers me.
Okay.
I was just afraid that, you see, the reason why I'm asking this. Sometimes people tend to use things, because previously now in the first item, just without any court proceedings, we agreed to assist. You see, yes, we have been covered, but people tend to use things sometimes later against us. Because we've now agreed to give, let's say the ROSA people, we've agreed to give it without any court proceedings. Here we are, we're having some documents that would take us somewhere. Therefore, we are preparing to defend this 14 million or something that they agree in. You see me where I'm going. But if you have been covered, it's fine. But I don't want a situation where we've just said yes to a certain party because we are afraid to go to court. It would be dragged, A, B, and C. It would take long, our names and things. And here we are saying, let's go and defend. But we have it covered. I can clearly hear this, but I'm just raising it that we don't find ourselves in a position where they refer back to previous actions. But thank you for covering it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The item is proposed. Can I please have a seconder?
Second.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We are going back to our agenda now as we finished our reports. We are in item number 11, urgent matters submitted by the municipal manager, none received. Item 12, consideration of notices of motion, none received. Item 13, consideration of motion of questions, none received. Item 14, consideration of motions of exigency, none received. Item number 15. Item number 15, in committee matters that we have none. Item number 16, recording of councillors present.
Councillor Kamkan present.
Councillor Kolabi present.
Councillor Nell present.
Councillor Willemse present.
Councillor Blanche present.
Councillor present.
Bamgele aluncedo lam lamanqaba awusponda ka-Ward 5 ukhona.
Councillor Kabai present.
Councillor Pungi Mavis Busakwe present.
AUF.
Councillor Olafile.
Thank you.
Councillor Seti present. Online.
Thank you. Nkosi Beba. Councillor Swart. Hey, we are recording now. We are recording now.
He's in the meeting there.
Thank you. Mic off.
It is.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor Swart. Item number 16 is the closure of the meeting. Thank you very much, Councillor.
As men tell have a day for a Valentine's to go and buy presents.
I will.
Ask for a day. We give a day especially.
Take the speaker upon his word, take us to the Valentine's Day. Can you repeat that, speaker, please?
What's in it?
Wanted to take the council. Yeah, she wanted to take the councillors for Valentine's.